Looking to learn life lessons without going through the experience? You've come to the right place. Welcome to Hidden Struggles with your host, Lady C.
Hey, this is Lady C coming at you with another episode. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking all about don't judge a book by its cover. That's right. And before I get started, let me tell y'all something about my ice blue hair. I am an Amazon Vine reviewer. That's right. Okay, if you want to change up your wardrobe and you want to have some fun and be different, this ice blue hair is for you. So I have access to a lot of merchandise that I can review and give my opinion about and let them know what I think. And this is one of the merchandise that I got. And I thought it would be fun to come out and do this episode talking about not judging a book by its cover, because when you see me show up with ice blue hair, you may have all kind of things that you want to be saying about me or thinking about me or feeling that I am not qualified for certain jobs or to be in certain social circles, whatever it may be. But I'm going to tell you a little secret about what happened to me a couple of weeks ago. And no matter how many times you want to say that you don't judge a book by its cover, you may not realize it, but you are. So we were having some carpet installed in our home. When the installers showed up, I kid you not, I stopped them at the front door. I was like, are you qualified to do this carpet? How long have you been doing installs? And the one guy said, he'd been installing carpet for 10 years. And I said, not these two guys. I said, because they don't even look like they're 20 years old. So I said, hold a second. You're not coming in here to do anything until I call the company that sent you. So then next thing I knew, I had them on the phone and the lady was reassuring me, ma'am, yes, they can install the carpet because they don't send out workers that can't do the job and this and that and the other. And then I had to kind of calm down a bit and say, wait a minute, because I've been in their shoes too many times myself, where I'm showing up and people like looking at me like, oh, I know she ain't going to be, doing whatever. I'll tell you about that in a second. So anyway, I said, let me give them a chance and see what they can do. And I was holding my breath. I was like, oh God, I hope they don't mess up my carpet. But then she said, we're going to guarantee our work and all of that. Long story short, when I saw the way they were picking up and getting rid of the carpet that we had, and the way they were professionally, tightening up the carpet and all that kind of stuff, they did a good job. I was like, I think they're going to work. Just by the way they were taking the carpet up, I was like, I know they're going to do a good job, right? So anyway, as the morning progressed, they seemed like they knew what they were doing, and I had to come back and apologize. Yes, I did. And I gave them all tips, and I generally tip my workers anyway, but I said, before y'all leave, I said, I've got to apologize, but they were happy. They were nervous. I mean, they were nervous because they knew that they had to do their best because I was watching them. But I wasn't watching them like that, though, because I gave them their space and I allowed them to do the job. But then I thought about what happened to me some years ago when I was going to teach a class. And when I would teach classes, I didn't want my students to know that I was teaching the class. So I would always sit at the back of the room. And then when everybody showed up to the class, then I would go take my station before them. And I remember this one lady, because when I tell you, I probably looked like I was 18 years old when I was going to teach this class. And so the lady sitting in the front, she looked at me and she said, "You're our instructor?" Like that, like she knew she wasn't going to learn nothing today. So, shame on me for not having, these other young people and the way they looked and how young they looked and not having experience. Shame on me for not even thinking about that happened to me before too. But, you kind of forget that kind of stuff, And this is what we go through as humans every day, making these decisions and making these assumptions and these judgments and things like that. And so anyway, I taught that class. Yes, I did. And I'm not saying I stood there and taught the class. I'm saying I taught the class in the sense that they learned something that day. They learned something because I knew that topic very well. In fact, that was one of my favorite classes to teach, Microsoft Excel. And I knew that like the back of my hand. And I was like thinking to myself, oh my God, I know they ain't gonna call me back to teach no more classes. And I mean, because you get kind of nervous when people start asking you, you teaching this class, whatever. So anyway, bottom line is a couple of weeks later, I got a call from that company, that training company. And I taught there quite a bit because I was self-employed at the time. I was a freelance instructor. And the lady called me back and said, listen, so-and-so wants to know if you're available to teach this class on this day because she was personally requesting me for the next class she was taking. So it just goes to show that too many times we're out here in this world looking at people thinking they don't qualify, thinking that they're too young or they ain't the right color. I got to say that too. Because a lot of times we don't get jobs because people don't think we should be there because we're the wrong color. Okay. I've been living in my skin for years, so I know this is true. So please don't start sending comments telling me I'm wrong. All right. Because you know what? This happens on the job all the time. And I ain't saying that it's a color-coded thing at the work. I'm talking about what I'm going to say right now ain't got nothing to do with color per se. It has to do with people. Because all the people on my job, they look like me. Okay? And what happens when you're on these different jobs and things like that, you can also be in a situation where it's not that you don't know what you're doing or you don't look like you know what you're doing. It's that people look at you and they say, she know what she's doing. And I don't want the competition from this person. So instead of them talking you up and telling people that you got this job and you can do this job and you can blah, 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 they're talking you down. So it ain't just about judging books by covers. It's also by showing up and being qualified, and people see that you are qualified. And they will try to, sabotage you at work, try to keep you on the back burner. And if you're not in part of management, you could be in a situation where they could be saying bad things about you and you don't even know it. And other people don't even realize that you never got a chance to come up and do something because somebody has been misrepresenting your character. So you got a lot of things that you got to deal with in the workplace. So not only are they judging a book by its cover, but then when that cover is open and they can see what's underneath that cover, you can also be held back just because you know your job. So these are the things that I'm going to be doing a series of videos on this and just helping you to get through your jobs and things. Also helping you not to judge a book by its cover, because a lot of times you could miss out on good friendships, good information, and all kind of things because you looking at somebody thinking that they don't know their stuff. Just like being in my audience today. People don't know me. You know me over on Critical Thinkers channel, and I might not be the person that you want to hear and listen to and all that kind of stuff over here. But let me tell you right now, be sure to share this channel with other people because you're going to learn something over here. Just like that lady learned something in my Excel class. Oh, yes, baby. You're going to learn something over here with Lady C if you stick around. Because I got a lot of stuff to share. I got a lot of life experience. And I got a lot of things that I'm going to share with you, not just about Jehovah's Witnesses, but just about trying to survive after leaving. So I hope to see you in my audience. And I'm going to be looking different sometimes because, as I said before, I am an Amazon Vine reviewer, and I will be showing up and showing out. I look forward to seeing you, having you in my audience. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, because we need that algorithm working, baby. All right. We're going to be strategic over here on this channel. And I hope that I'm going to help you guys learn something. All right. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for the next video. And I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks so much for listening to Hidden Struggles with your host, Lady C. This program was sponsored by Critical Thinkers, online at hiddenstruggle.com. Feel free to send an email to info@hiddenstruggle.com, and we'll catch you next time on Hidden Struggles. The views and opinions of our guests do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Critical Thinkers.